Hello all. So quite lately many people are asking me about the plan they should have in their mind while preparing for UPSC CSE in those 3 months, that is October, November, December, so that you can shift to your prelims preparation in the early January. So in this video we will discuss about UPSC CSE 2023, okay, and October, November and December, and some 10 days of January, okay. So see, now today is 13th October, right? So we have almost 17 days of October in our hand, 30 days of November, 31 days of December, and 13 days of January. So we have to plan for these 90 days. So I'm going to tell you the basic plan which you should have in your mind so that you can shift to your prelims preparation comfortably. And once you are done with the prelims, you can directly resume your mains preparation. Okay, so we'll plan according to these 90 days. So you have 90 days in your hand, and on an average, we have to study 12 hours if you are preparing for CSC full time. Okay, so first important thing in planning those 90 days is you have to study for all those areas which are not in prelims, not in prelims, right? So this is very important. So we have GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, essay, and optional. Okay, so you must be knowing all the syllabus right by now. Okay, so in GS1, you know that Indian culture will be covered in prelims, modern Indian history will be covered in prelims, freedom struggle will be covered. Similarly, post independence, some part will be covered, otherwise it will not be covered, and world history will not be covered. So your focus should be in GS1, it should be post independence. Second is world history. Again, society part is not for prelims specifically. So society, right? Except this, all the parts are covered in prelims preparation. So your focus should be on these three parts. Similarly, in GS2, as per se GS2, all the GS2 is covered in prelims, but there are some points which you should prepare beforehand, right? Because these constitution, historical underpinnings, etc., you will study them for prelims. But this separation of powers, right? Or SHG or NGO or pressure groups, right? Welfare schemes and all you will study. So you have to identify these areas or international relations or effect of policies and politics of developed and developing countries. Whatever the syllabus points are there, which are not specifically for prelims. So in GS2, you should focus on these points. One more point is Representation of People Act. Every year they are asking one question on Representation of People Act. So for prelims, we study this act very shallowly. But lately UPSC has been asking detailed question about it. Like it is asking some provisions, disqualifications, etc. Okay. Similarly, in GS3, what happens is the first syllabus point, Indian economy and issues relating to planning, mobilization, resource growth, etc., etc. This is overemphasized topic. You take out any news, you take out any economy book, most of the things discussed will be related to this syllabus topic. And this is again covered in prelims also. So in GS3, your focus should be on disaster management, internal security, like then internal security holistically all the syllabus points of internal security like development and spread of extremism, or there is syllabus point that state and non-state actors, then cyber security, then social networks, money laundering, its prevention, etc., etc., border areas, and various security forces, etc. So, internal security you have to cover holistically. See, internal security and disaster management, they will give you more than 100 marks. Then, next, focus on agriculture, and then focus on infrastructure, because other parts, environment, etc., etc., you will cover in your prelims. SNT also you will cover in prelims. Similarly, whole GS4 you have to prepare 100%. Okay, so I'll tell you what to prepare in all those areas and how to prepare in those areas, but make sure that you have to prepare this part. Essay and optional both are completely different from prelims, so you have to prepare for essay also and you have to prepare for optional also. So make a note of these points, take a syllabus and make a note of these points and prepare in that manner. Okay, so I'll erase this and we'll discuss separately like how to prepare GS topics. Okay, so you are preparing GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4. So you already know, now you have already identified the areas which you will be preparing in this 90 days. So your focus should be on understanding that syllabus topic, like understanding basics of those topics, what previous year questions UPSC has asked, है ना? And in future, what kind of questions can be expected from UPSC. Okay, so these three things you have to focus, and along with you have to make a note of it. Note making, it is very important. So make notes as crisp as possible. Include very basic data like definition, any recent report, very significant fact, committee, yeah, recommendation, positives, negatives, challenges, and way forward. So prepare your notes in this format. Okay. Apart from post intermittence and world history part for society, for GS2, for economy. So prepare in this manner. And along with this, what you have to do is you have to write 3 to 4 previous year questions on whatever topic you have studied that day. Right? On whatever topic you have studied that day. And these 4 questions, it doesn't matter if you are writing it from book, if you are writing it from Google, if you are writing it from some website of coaching, etc. But make sure that every day these 4 questions you should write best answer. It should be a model answer for you. So that after prelims is over, when you take that particular syllabus point, you will have everything ready along with your previous year questions, your notes, and their best answer. So for GS1, 2, 3, and 4 you can follow this approach. And additionally for GS4, what you have to do is you have to focus on very basic concepts and your understanding about that concept, like attitude, what is attitude for you, aptitude, what is aptitude for you. So try to link it with your daily life, try to link it with your public administration, try to link it with governance, try to link it with RTI, RTE, etc. So your ethics preparation should go on every day at least for 1 hour, because ethics is not a topic which you can uh, you know take for studying and you will say that I'll complete it in 4 days. So that will be burdensome for your understanding. Okay, so this is basic timeline or basic details on which lines you should prepare these GS areas. Okay, then talking about essay. Okay, so then I'll write a timeline here or the time distribution. So GS, you have to study for 3 hours, including 4 questions. Okay, so first is GS. Second is you have essays, very important. So for essays, what you have to do is understand the themes, right? Like UPSC every year it is asking questions on some particular themes. Like for philosophical essay, you can see that value is one such theme. Like the questions will be based on value. Like you can see, suppose you take 2020 essay paper, then it is asking that life is long journey between human being and being human. So it is asking about the value of humanity, right? Then it is asking simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So simplicity is one of the values, right? So it is asking about values. Again, in 2019, if you see, it is asking values are not what humanity is, but what humanity ought to be. Again, it is asking about humanity, compassion, this value. Courage to accept and dedication to improve are two keys to success. So again, it is asking about two values, namely courage and dedication. So this is one basic theme, right? Similarly, you can see that there is some other theme like culture. There is another theme that environment and climate change. There is another theme that agriculture. There is another theme social media. There is another theme primary healthcare or healthcare overall. Okay. Then again, there is one theme like women empowerment, right? There will be some essay based on IR. So what you have to do is there will be essays on water scarcity, etc. Repeated topics are there. Capitalism, globalization, right? So identify these certain themes and you have 90 days in your hand, right? You have 90 days in your hand. So you will get at least 20 to 30 such themes around which UPSC asks essay topics every year. So if you prepare these 20, 30 themes thoroughly, you can write essay on any topic. So what you have to do is devote 30 minutes to 45 minutes every day for this topics preparation. So for that you can use Google, you can use your GS knowledge, you can use quotes, whatever you want to do. Every topic make one A4 page and on that A4 page try to make notes of or try to make a flow of that essay. What these your thematical essay should contain or the data or the content about these essays, what it should contain. Again, it should contain very basic fact. Like if you are talking about culture, then definition of culture, right? Like origin of culture, different cultures, diversity of culture, examples, how culture changes, right? So this was very sociological and anthropological topic. But again, if you talk about environment and climate change, then you should your essay or your this particular page should have facts. Like what are the latest facts? Suppose this percent people die due to air pollution. This percent people are getting affected due to water pollution. This much is plastic waste or plastic contamination, microplastic, etc. Or environmental degradation, whatever is there. Some report from the committee or some report from uh, international organization. So these things. Second thing, your essay notes should have is anecdotes. Now, these anecdotes can be small stories. These anecdotes can be small stories, right? These anecdotes can be case studies from newspaper. These anecdotes can be examples of Padma Shri or Padma Vibhushan, or these anecdotes can be from your personal life. These anecdotes can be from world history. These anecdotes can be from Indian history, right? These anecdotes can be from world wars. So whatever anecdotes are there, those anecdotes should make one of the important parts of your essay notes, because substantiation is very important. Whenever you are trying to put forward your point, it should be substantiated with example. So this anecdote forms a very important part of your essay notes. Okay. And third thing your essay notes should have is books, like whichever books. Like suppose there is a question on water, suppose there is a question on society, then P. Sainath has written a book or a collection of his articles is published in book named Everybody Loves Good Drought, etc. So, or you all know Harari's books or APJ Abdul Kalam's book. So, whatever important books or uh, Nobel laureate that Abhijit Banerjee was there, so his book. So try to take summaries of those books, and these summaries or these learnings from those particular books can be used in introductions or conclusions. Okay, so this should form another important part of your essay notes. Then fourth part of your essay notes should be public figures, examples of public figures. Like where can you use Gandhiji? Where can you use Swami Vivekananda? Where can you use APJ Abdul Kalam? Where can you use any other, leader? Where can you use Dr. Ambedkar? Where can you use Dalai Lama? So this thing you have to brainstorm. And fifth thing your essay should have is some good conclusions, right? So try to make universal conclusions which you can modify you know, at the time of your exam and write them. I will post some conclusions which I had noted down. So essay you prepare, so 30 to 45 minutes per day. If you prepare for 90 days, your these 20 to 30 themes will be very well prepared in advance. See, essay cannot be prepared in one day. So that's why I'm asking you to prepare for essay every day, at least 30 to 45 minutes. So this is about GS and this is about essay, right? So essay, suppose we'll prepare for 45 minutes per day. Okay. Next is whichever optional you are studying, right? Whichever optional you are studying. So give 5 hours to that particular optional. Again, for optional also focus on previous year questions, focus on your notes making, focus on your understanding, and those who have been preparing from 2 3 attempts, then focus on value addition. Okay. So I'll not deal with optional part in this video specifically. But whichever your optional is, it might be pol science, it might be history, it might be physics, geography, chemistry, anthropology, agriculture, whatever optional you have, prepare for optionals every day for at least 5 hours. Because GS you will prepare along with your prelims preparation, but optional you will lose touch once you start the prelims preparation, right? So prepare for optional 5 hours. Here also focus on note making and previous year question. So almost 8 hours and 45 minutes we are done with it. Okay. Now fourth important part is your current affairs, right? So don't ever lose touch of newspaper. Whichever newspaper you are reading, read it at least for 45 minutes, right? And again supplement this with your current affair monthly magazine. Suppose it is for 45 minutes. So mostly this should be revision of whatever topics you have studied. Because see, in current affair monthly magazine there will be 80-85 pages, but not all the pages are important for your mains or for your overall CSE journey. So hardly 20-30 topics will be important, 20-30 pages will be important from that. So you should keep revising those pages again and again, again and again. So this comes down to 1.5 hours per day, right? So current affairs and monthly magazine. So newspaper plus current affairs. So it comes for 1.5 hour. So it is almost 3 in 5, 8, 9, 10 hours and 15 minutes. So remaining you have 1 hour and 45 minutes in your hand. So this you can use according to your comfort level. Like suppose those who are clearing prelims again and again, but they are not improving their score in mains, then they should give this 1.5 hour for mains preparation. Those who are not clearing prelims, then they should give this 1 point, 1.5 hour for prelims, whichever topics they are not comfortable. Or best way, you can give this 1.45 whatever hour we have that for revisions, and always revise with your notes closed. Like take a rough book and pen and start noting down the points whatever you have studied for that particular day. Okay. Then once that revision is done, start random revisions. Like suppose you're done, you have got bored or you're done with the revision of whatever the points you have studied today, but you want to revise something. Then take a normal essay topic like women empowerment and brainstorm it for 10-15 minutes. Some other time, take a random syllabus point like urbanization and try to note down points which you remember for the urbanization, like what is the definition of urbanization, what is the current percentage of urbanization, what is the projected time on which our Indian population will be 15%, 50% in urban areas. Is there any committee which has given any suggestions about it? How can you link it to urban floods? How can you link it with solid waste management? How can you link it with second ARC report? How can you link it with some other committee report? So in this way, revise these topics randomly without opening your notes. And once you revised it, then open your notes and see which topic or which points you could not recall. And this should be a continued process every day. In this way, your recollection or recalling capacity will improve. See, there is basic difference in prelims and mains. See, prelims is about short-term memory, but mains is about long-term memory. That's why you will see that there are people who are clearing prelims regularly again and again because prelims it requires how much your brain can hold for those you know 2 hours, but mains is not like that. We have 9 papers, like three hours paper, 20 questions per paper. Every question will be from different syllabus point. Every question will demand a different part of our brain, different part of our memory to work on, but it is only for 2 hours, right? So prelims is about short term memory. Of course there are many other things like previous year questions analysis, or there are things like how you understand the prelims, how you get hold of the prelims, how you use logic, how you use your common sense, how your temperament is, how you eliminate your options. So all these things are useful in prelims, but in mains, all these things are not at all useful. So mains is purely about your knowledge, your understanding of questions, your notes, and your memory. and that too long-term memory. That's why mains requires more time to prepare. So in this way, at least till 10-12 January, you prepare these many areas, and once you shift to prelims, again you will have to start with uh, prelim syllabus like modern history is there, polity Lakshmikant is there, economy books are there, and again those question solving, etc., etc. But you utilize these coming 90 days like October, November, December, and till 10-12 January for your mains preparation, your notes making, your previous year question analysis, uh, making best answers of previous year questions, working on your lacunas, working on your uh, those areas which you have skipped or which you had planned to skip. Like many people plan to skip world history, but even if you plan to skip world history for GS, but world history knowledge will be very helpful to you for writing essays. It will be very helpful for you writing uh, answers to some ethics questions, because once you get hold of world history, Roman Empire, what was Roman Empire, or what is capitalism, how it started, what are the wars, how the balkanization happened, etc., etc. These things will be very useful to you in understanding the history as well as linking various topics. Like once you understand what was going on world level, then you will be able to relate where was India. So it in this way you will be able to write in a comparative way, and that is what required in essay preparation. So this is for these 90 days. Prepare well. I'll keep posting videos as and when I get time. Today also it's very late. I'm mm, recording this video at night. But if you have any doubt, then you can ping me, and I'll soon post videos up separately about GS 1, 2, 3, 4 and essay. So meanwhile, keep preparing and all the best. Thank you.